Today may be the day we have been anticipating. The price of Shiba Inu has ultimately increased. Analysts are dropping their signals after they have recovered their losses from the previous 24 hours. This June, the Shiba Inu may experience an abnormally hyperactive pump. Nevertheless, there is a crucial fact that you should be aware of. Shachi Kusama is currently being investigated. Have they lost their minds? What is happening? Furthermore, what is the subject of my discourse? Well, allow me to elaborate. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. Whoa! What just transpired? The Shiba Inu is finally taking action. Today it is ascending in comparison to yesterday. In all honesty, this is tremendous. The price was inconsistent just one day ago, diving unexpectedly, ascending and descending. Every time it appeared that it might recover, it plummeted once more, inducing investors to question every aspect of their investment decisions. The enthusiasm that was present 2 days ago, yes, it was beginning to feel like a distant memory. Certain individuals were persuaded that the rally was a hoax. Another brief surge prior to another collapse. Fear permeated the atmosphere. Nobody knew what was to come. Also, there was an abundance of uncertainty. However, what about today? It is as though the energy in the room has undergone a complete transformation. Shiba Inu is once again ascending, demonstrating that it possesses a greater amount of vitality than previously believed. It is not an arbitrary leap. It is demonstrating resilience. That is a significant event. A price movement becomes tangible when it is supported by robust momentum. What is the current situation? That apprehensive, hesitant state of mind from yesterday disappeared. It has been superseded by enthusiasm. The apprehension of an additional drop diminishing. Individuals who were previously uncertain about Shiba Inu are beginning to perceive the situation differently. There is considerable significance to this change in perspective. Yesterday, everyone was apprehensive. Are you withholding information? Uncertain as to whether it was the appropriate time to purchase. Alternatively, what if an additional collision was imminent? This day, individuals are beginning to regain their faith. Investors who were previously uncertain are now contemplating the possibility of maintaining their positions for an extended period. Some individuals are even participating, as they are eager to participate in what could potentially be the beginning of something greater. It is astonishing how rapidly sentiment can shift in the cryptocurrency sector. Now, let us be honest. This is not an enormous game-changing surge. It is simply a step in the correct direction. However, even minor actions such as this are significant. They foster self-assurance. They elicit conversation among individuals. They generate momentum. And in a market such as this, where emotions are a significant factor, that is everything. A minor push-up today may evolve into a more substantial run tomorrow. Right now, that is precisely the outcome that Shiba Inu owners desire. Therefore, is this merely another temporary upswing? Or is it the inception of something far more significant? That is the fundamental inquiry. But one thing is certain, individuals are observing. Additionally, the enthusiasm has returned. Now, this is where the situation becomes even more intriguing. One analyst deconstructed the situation, providing a technical explanation of the true state of Shiba Inu. In essence, the digital currency market has been experiencing a robust rebound following the challenging period of last week. Shiba Inu in particular has experienced a roller coaster of emotions. Prices plummeted earlier this week as a result of one of the most significant sell-offs in recent memory. However, it has recently resumed its upward trajectory, sitting at a higher level than yesterday. However, the journey to this location was not without its challenges. Shiba Inu was trading at a significantly higher level at the beginning of the month, and it even reached a remarkable zenith a few days ago. However, that ascent was short-lived. The Shiba Inu was dragged down by an enormous surge of sell-offs in the crypto market, which caused prices to plummet. Despite the turbulence, the Shiba Inu did not remain stationary for an extended period. It is currently exhibiting symptoms of resilience, which serves as evidence that purchasers are still actively engaged in the market. The subsequent obstacle is maintaining this price level, as the price has resumed its upward trajectory. Shiba Inu may potentially ascend back up the positions, reclaiming the position it lost when the market experienced a decline if it can maintain its current momentum and continue to grow. At present, it occupies a lower position on the list than it did previously. However, this situation could rapidly shift if this rally persists. However, you may then inquire, what is the genuine situation? What is transpiring in this location? In order to comprehend the broader context, it is necessary to examine Bitcoin. Indeed, it appears that Bitcoin has fully recovered as it has re-entered the upper 108K trading range. This is a significant development, as the price has increased by nearly 3% in a single day. And as we are all aware, the movement of Bitcoin tends to influence the rest of the market. Now this is where the situation becomes even more bizarre. A highly intriguing observation was made by one analyst. This month, the Shiba Inu may be anticipating significant growth. Currently, it is experiencing some difficulty as it is situated lower than it was yesterday and is in dire need of a forceful drive. And if history is any indication, this month may be particularly promising. This time of year, it has experienced some remarkable gains on average. However, there is a caveat. It has not always been an easy ride. In certain years, it has experienced a severe increase. In other years, it has scarcely moved or has even declined. It is difficult to predict what will occur next due to this unpredictability. But one thing is certain. When a Shiba Inu shifts, it moves with great force. March of the previous year experienced one of its most significant increases. Prior to that, it experienced a combination of successes and failures. Anything is possible due to the Shiba Inu's untamed nature. A rally of this magnitude. A sluggish ascent, perhaps there will be an additional decline prior to a significant upswing. No one can be certain. However, one thing is certain. This month is destined to be an exhilarating experience, and investors are closely monitoring the developments to determine what lies ahead. Satoshi Kusama's location is unknown. In all seriousness, where did he disappear? Absence of posts? No updates? Is there not a solitary tweet? It is as though he disappeared into thin air. Typically, there is at least a suggestion of activity, even when the situation is calm. Perhaps a message that is cryptic, a teaser, or some form of engagement. However, this time, nothing. Complete radio silence. Consequently, individuals are currently experiencing pandemonium. The community is in a state of panic as they attempt to locate solutions. Is there concern among certain individuals? Has he abruptly vanished? Did he withdraw from Shiba Inu? Is he enraged about a particular matter? Some individuals are more optimistic, believing that he may be working on a significant project behind the scenes. Something so substantial that it necessitates his undivided attention to execute. However, at present, all information is mere speculation, as there are no concrete clues. And of course, the rumors are already disseminating like wildfire. There are those who suspect that he is secretly engaged in the development of the next significant Shiba Inu. Perhaps a significant partnership. An announcement that could significantly alter the course of events? Some individuals believe that he is simply taking a pause, observing the events as they transpire, before determining his next course of action. However, there is another group that is legitimately concerned. What if an error occurs? What if this silence is indicative of trouble? It has reached a stage where even experts are expressing their opinions. He was explicitly criticized by one of them on Twitter. Satoshi Kusama, we require your State of the Union address. Shib's location is unknown. Furthermore, in all honesty, that is the inquiry that occupies the minds of all individuals. Individuals desire responses, they desire assurance, they are interested in assuring that all is proceeding as planned. Therefore, this is the situation. Satoshi has consistently been a fundamental component of the Shiba Inu environment. His remarks are significant. His updates generate enthusiasm. He is listened to by the community when he speaks. However, his sudden disappearance generates uncertainty. In a sector as dynamic as cryptocurrency, ambiguity is never advantageous. Consequently, all parties are currently awaiting further developments, refreshing their feeds, in search of any small indication that he is still present, still working, and still observing. One thing is evident, regardless of whether this silence indicates the impending arrival of a significant event or something else altogether. He must communicate with the Shiba Inu society in the near future. However, the issue is as follows. In the midst of the community's descent into perplexity, a Shiba Inu analyst intervened and provided a clearer understanding of the circumstances. He identified an aspect that many individuals may not have taken into account. Doesn't it seem as though everyone is simply waiting for Shiba Inu to announce some significant news? It is as though the entire community is anticipating a significant revelation. However, the truth is as follows. Shiba Inu is not merely an additional symbol. Not only are price surges and market movements involved, it is something more substantial. It is a comprehensive experiment in the power of community, decentralization, and the demonstration that a project can flourish without a single leader. He is of the opinion that Satoshi Kusama will eventually cease to exist. The undertaking will eventually be entirely owned by the community. Subsequently, what transpires? That is not the responsibility of a single individual. It is the responsibility of all parties. This is the moment for the Shiba Inu army, the Treat Army, to rise to the occasion, to construct, and to coalesce. Shiba Inu's future is not solely the result of anticipating announcements. It is the result of taking action, and that is the genuine message. One individual does not possess the authority. It is in the hands of those who have faith in the Shiba Inu. And the opportunity to influence what follows is not tomorrow. Presently, it is the case. So, with all of this in thoughts, it is quite evident. Shiba Inu is preparing for a more promising future. The quiet, the speculation, the ups and downs, all are components of the broader narrative. And the most important lesson to be gleaned from the current situation is that forbearance is essential. Even Lucy, a prominent member of the Shiba Inu society, offered a viewpoint that is highly logical. She emphasized that the time to pursue announcements is not during a market collapse. Even the most significant news can be overshadowed by the negativity when the market is down. Timing is crucial. Additionally, there are instances in which it is more advantageous to delay an update until the appropriate time rather than compel it for no apparent reason. That is the issue. Shiba Inu is not solely about generating immediate excitement. It is about the ability to navigate the turmoil and emerge stronger in the long term. At present, it may appear that there are more inquiries than responses. However, history has demonstrated that the Shiba Inu consistently manages to astound its audience. However, what is your perspective on this matter? Comment in the space provided below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it, and subscribe to the channel.